Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Straight up. Honestly, it's just a situation that was old. They stem from 2016, as far as the vandalism situation and the domestic. It was never a situation where there was no physical contact with me putting my hands on. I got 4 girls, and I don't condone no man putting his hands on mine. So therefore, I would never in my life put my hands on no man's woman. Honestly, to be all the way honest, I'm still with the girl. We still together. It was more of an argument, a big argument. There was never a physical situation. Even when the door was kicked, it wasn't like I came in the house. The door was kicked and I was gone. I didn't kick no door.
Wow, man, guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Man, Young Buck, of course, you've seen him a couple of days ago. He's back in the limelight for jail. It seems like these are just lesser charges, though. They don't seem like nothing major, but small charges can add up to be big charges if you're not careful. A warning come before straight up destruction. Young Buck, former member of G Unit, 50 Cent, he laughing, talking about the boy's head. And it's crazy, man, but I got my boy OG. OG, what's going on, man?
Man, look here, Young Buck got caught up on failing. It says here that he was booked this week, Monday, for not responding to, he was supposed to be to his parole officer for 30 days. Assistant District Attorney for Sumner County in Tennessee tells TMZ that Young Buck was supposed to meet twice a month with his supervisor while on bond supervision and a GSP monitor in 2 cases during a domestic violence case. Because of that, they filed a motion on April the 7th. During a hearing, the judge sentenced him to 30 days in jail. Man, this is, like you said, some little mediocre stuff can start into catapulting into some very devastating events when these little things. A man told me a long time ago, is a big shot is a little shot that just keep on shooting.
So, I like that.
You have to, he already served, it says Buck also served 18 months in prison sentence for gun possession. He was checked into prison in August of 12 and did his time in Yazoo City Medium Security Federal Penitentiary in South Mississippi. If he went to jail in Mississippi and still doing something, boy, that's a bad man.
No, man, listen, I can tell you right now, throughout the years, I can remember back even when allegedly, it was on the Vibe, it was on, Quincy Jones was on stage and Snoop Dogg, I'll never forget that. And I think Dre got snuffed. I remember that. And Young Buck came across in a gray hoodie and he was getting active. You know what I mean? This was way back when they had the Vibe Awards, I believe. So Young Buck is he's always going to get active, even though there's been a lot of stuff said about him from all type of different things. It's been some things about, just different situations where Young Buck has always occurred. He's always kept it hot.
Well, it seems like to me everything that he's ever gotten into has been behind a female. Look like he got that same Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg, hell of a rapper, man, but he had a tendency to fall victims to females.
R.I.P. to Nate, yeah.
You had a lady on your show one time pretend to be his friend, and she was saying, wasn't at the funeral, didn't go to the hospital. Where'd you get that lady from anyway?
Yeah, her Beg with. She'll be coming out more likely sometime first of next week. That interview is quite explosive. I can't wait to get it out to the people. But when you think about Young Buck and these lady problems that he's having, he tried to pretty much let you know that it wasn't. He started. I mean, on this video, he's saying, man, it wasn't all that y'all trying to make it out to be. So a lot of time, you got to think about it, man. People be in denial. Like, it's something if you keep on getting locked up for it. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to keep going back and forth. And he say he still was with the same woman too, if you listen to what he was saying.
And with the same, go right back to the scene of the crime. put nothing. You couldn't call the police on me but one time and we're done. I don't care what you do, how good it is. And when you call them fellas in them big jumpsuits that do kill people, you could have called the gang, you could have called the preacher, call your daddy, call your brother or somebody. But when you call the police, it's a done data. That's an element for me to be killed. So you have no love for me at all. And these dudes just keep going back, and you kicking a door. The door didn't do nothing to you. Why you kick the door?
Wow. You're right. But what about 50 Cent? That's the reason I did it, because he responded and he posted this like today. He was just basically saying, man, like the boy head, he talked about Young Buck must have got hit in the head by the police because his head so look like his head so big or something.
Like was his head always that big, looking like a Martian? I went 50. He got himself. We just wondered. We don't want any brutality. The man head all swole up on camera and stuff. Well, hey, let's check this out. 50 got a point there.
Well, usually I think he used to have his hat on most of the time, but when you go in that interrogation, I mean, when you get booked into jail, they'll take your hat off. You'll see like. It was one, it's been Rocco. It's been a few of them when they got booked in. That old booking picture, give it away. Like if you're trying to hide something, any of these boys in the head all messed up, the Neo effect, where they having to wear a cap all the time, it basically comes out once they go to jail, because you can't tell them, let me put my cap on and take this picture. So when you go to jail, a lot of times your mugshot, when it comes back, it's going to show you who you really is without the hat on. And he gonna get the whole essence of you.
You didn't see him without the hat on. He just clowning today. You didn't mess around, like you say, got the Neo syndrome.
Yeah, 50 hard on him, man. 50, like Young Buck and him have went back and forth over the years. But like one thing you said about different things when it came to 50, he don't let nothing go, and he don't.
No, at all.
And he gonna keep going with it until he decide, and he don't never decide to let it go. 50 is one of them cruel, man. 50 I've seen him get down on a lot of people, bro. He got down on Ja Rule for sure, Fat Joe, Irv Gotti, R.I.P. You rest in peace, this rest in peace to this boy Irv Gotti. Anybody he can see that he have a if he have a difference with you, he gonna go at you.
And the only one in that entire plethora of folks that was ever spared, he didn't fuck with Game.
Him and Game had a big back and forth, and it was like he didn't want to deal with that because Game was just out. Game was all the way live with it. I remember that beef. I remember that. That was crazy beef. Actually, that was crazy work that he was doing. He had did a whole thing of GU Not. I remember that. And he would throw with it. He would.
Did 300 bars, and I'm saying he's the only one when 50 got on his feet and was able to slay somebody. He spared Game.
Yep. 50, like I said, I think a lot of time when you look at it, Young Buck and him went back and forth. Young Buck tried. It was all start. He tried to buy him a vehicle. When he bought him a vehicle, he blowed it off. When boss put some rims on the vehicle that wasn't paid for. It was all kind of stuff going on with Young Buck and 50. So they've had their backs and forth. It was something about a transvestite too, in Young Buck. All kind of stuff. It's always been issues when it came down to Young Buck and his personal life. Even though Young Buck did some good music with G Unit, I was a big Young Buck fan back in the day. Like listening at his ploy, the way he was dropping and delivering his sound. Shorty Wanna Ride With Me, all them songs he did. So he was cold with it when he had to do his thing with G Unit, and the same thing with Game. They all was hard, bro. So that was a hell of a situation 50 had built together with, and I believe, like I said, with Eminem, Dr. Dre, and all of that situation was crazy during the time it was going down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, listen, man, get in the comments. Let us know what you think. Is 50 Cent wrong for responding like this to Young Buck's head, saying the police must have beat him up and swole his head up? Get in the comments. Let us know what you think. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.